What's going on, guys? It's your boy Motorman Dane, and today we're talking about Defenders of Ardania. Defenders of Ardania. Okay, first, let's talk about the video. Normally, these videos are going to be I play 30 minutes of it or so, then speed up the video and let you guys watch it. But this was live streamed. I wasn't able to play it because I couldn't get it to work after I tried to install it because it's no longer accessible to buy. We'll talk about that in the pricing score. But yeah, it's not. So you can't play anymore. Sorry. As far as I know, maybe there's a way to make it work. I'm not sure, but it's set in the universe of Majesty. Majesty, the Fantasy Kingdom Sim, is an old game that you were actually able to play on Linux a long time ago, which is how I played it. Because my dad had a Linux machine, and so he got that game for us, and it was really cool. And it's also, you have a kingdom, and if you play multiplayer, the other people have a kingdom. You can join together to defeat whatever on the map or whatever. You could fight each other. That being said, this map is very PvP based. It's a very PvP style tower defense game. So let's get into the rating. Towers, 7 out of 10. They are generic. They're basic. They have upgrades. But their genericism, I mean, there could have been maybe a bit different, but they do take place in the universe. So you have like the Ballista Tower, which you had in the Majesty, the Fantasy Kingdom game kind of thing, or Wizard Tower, same stuff. So you had those in the game that this is kind of based off of. However, the towers, they could maybe receive more upgrades, more uniqueness, that sort of thing. The placement's pretty free. It's a grid based game. You can place it anywhere on the grid, as long as you're not blocking the enemy's route. So yeah. Enemies, 10 out of 10. I love the enemies on this game. You got flyers. You got tower destroyers. They're easy to tell apart. Easy to tell what they do, how they work, that sort of thing. So enemies, 10 out of 10. Progression, 10 out of 10. The game is a linear progression, story mode style stuff. Play one map, unlock the next, and you move on, and you're trying to defeat this evil wizard, which is what this video is the final mission. I think I had to play it twice. Everything else, I think I only had to play it once. Special enemies, 10 out of 10. You do have bosses. Like I said, you have enemies that fly over stuff. Enemies that buff other enemies, that sort of thing. Resources, 7 out of 10. You do get resources for killing things. There also is a resource building that can kind of act as a wall, which I use as sort of a wall myself. But outside of that, there's no other way to make resource. For the micro pacing ratio, I put it 8 out of 10. The pacing is just fine for the game, but I don't think there are any hotkeys for the towers. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. So they get an 8 out of 10. All right, in the macro play, I gave that a 3 out of 10. There's really not a lot you can do with the enemies outside of just placing the towers. You do have enemies that or units that you can build yourself. I believe they attack the enemies as they travel through the path. I'm not 100% on that. But you're trying to spawn units to take out the other person's building, and you can spawn heroes to do that. So you're basically producing your own minions against them producing minions in their own towers to defend your minions, kind of thing. So yeah, it's basically a PvP tower defense style thing going on for that. For the map design, I give it a 6 out of 10. You know, it's grid based. None of them were super unique from what I can remember. But you know, no unique tiles or anything like that. They were all different, but a lot of them really just kind of felt the same. Like if you played one, you kind of played most of them, kind of deal. The last one was much different because the enemy spawn location, basically the enemy fortress, moved, which is freaking sweet. That is such a cool design if you're having to fight the other person, of course, which isn't typical for tower defense. For the strategy to combat ratio, it's a 10 out of 10. It's all strategy, no combat. Replayability, I give it an 8 out of 10. I would play it again if I could. It was a fun game to play. It's a fun tower defense game to play. And it does have co-op and PvP. All right, I think it's just PvP. So you're basically playing against other people. But I mean that's a lot of replayability on its own right there. So 8 out of 10 for that. For the price, 0 out of 10. Unfortunately, you can't buy it anymore. Apparently can't really play it either. I might be missing something that I need. I don't know, but yeah, it's a 0 out of 10. So price, no bonus points, because you literally cannot purchase it, which takes our total to 79 out of 100, putting Defenders of Ardania at the top of the A tier. Let me know if you have played this game. Like I said, feel free to check it out on my YouTube channel. We did videos on it. It's 6 parts. You're watching in the background the very last one. So let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If there's aspects of it that you would like to see in other tower defense games, possibly. And all that being said, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you on the flip side. Deuces.